Hello, and welcome to my Ord Mantell Codex Entries Guide. My name is Slicka, and as always, let's get to it. So the first location you'll end up finding on Ord Mantell is Drelliad Village. You can find this at 121-13. As you run into the village doing your first couple of quests for your story. The next location on Ord Mantell is Fort Garnik. You can find Fort Garnik at 135, -123.
So we get 2 pistols.
The next location on Ord Mantell is Talloran Village. You can find this at 458-25. The first class quest after you leave Fort Garnik typically takes you here. The next location codex on Ord Mantell is Mannett Point. You can find this at 574-355. The next location on Ord Mantell is Oradam Village. Unfortunately, I don't have a clip for this, but you can find it at -229, +21. Just for a heads up, you gotta enter Oradam Village from the side of Fort Garnik. You can't go around to the backside, else you won't get the codex. The next location on Ord Mantell is the Separatist Stronghold. You can find this at -813, +49. The next location is Savrip Isle, or Savrip Island, located at -558, +6 on Ord Mantell. This is the heroic only area for the heroic quests. The final location on Ord Mantell is actually Jedi Knight specific. When you go to Ord Mantell after leaving Coruscant for the new intelligence class quest, you end up going to an area called the Imperial Listening Outpost, which only the Jedi Knight can really get to, but a level 15 area. The location of that is -171, -868. So the first organization codex on Ord Mantell is the Republic military ranks. If you start off where the Fort Garnik base is, which you run in for your trooper storyline, just because I happen to be on a trooper while I'm doing this, and you run to the left of the base, there's a flag that you can click on. The location is actually 127-10, for those wondering. And if you click on the link, you can see a variety of ranks, like Sergeant, Ensign, Lieutenant, how the Republic ranks up for their military. You get the next organization codex on Ord Mantell as a trooper. When you complete the mission Hit the Ground Running in the class story, you get the organization for Havoc Squad, as well as the title Sergeant. When you complete the quest The Spy in the trooper story, you get the organization codex for Republic Special Forces. When you complete the quest Unsafe Safe House, which you picked up that quest from a terminal in Fort Garnik earlier, you get the lore object for Separatist Movement. After picking up the quest Mercy from Yale, the Cathar, if you go to the sign over there, you can pick up the Refugees of War lore codex. Also at the location 241, -51. During the quest Victims of War, after speaking to Dr. Jane Kett, you get the lore codex for Split by Rebellion. Also located at 738-446 on Mannett Point. The next lore object is a smuggler only lore object. Smuggling 101 you get from doing the quest Hungry for Information. This is also located at 334, -138 in Talloran Village. To get the Ruled by Corruption codex, all you have to do is run over here to Republic Rule, located at -267-27. I've actually never done this quest. So this was a first for me to find it. Pick the dark side option. I'm not sure if the light side option gives you the same, but it's basically watching everyone run for a minefield and speak with Vincent Peters, and you can run, and that's how I ended up getting my codex. Running for a minefield, betting on people. This is sick, this is wrong, but get you your codex. I'm assuming the light side one does the same, so there you go. The final lore codex on Ord Mantell is Underworld Influences, which you get by doing the Heroic 2+ quest, which you can find in my Heroic quest guide for Ord Mantell, buying loyalty. The first person to note in the Smuggler class story on Ord Mantell is Schism. You get this codex as well as Captain when you complete the quest Landing Party. Next person's note that you can find on Ord Mantell in the Smuggler class storyline is Rogan the Butcher. You get his codex from completing the Smuggler quest, Desperate Times. The final person's note in the Smuggler storyline is Corso Riggs. You get his codex entry when you get him as a companion after completing Deadly Delivery. The first person's of note in the Trooper storyline on Ord Mantell is Commander Heron Tavis. You get his codex entry when you complete the Trooper quest, The Ambush. The final person's note codex that you get on Ord Mantell is Eric Jorgen, and you get his codex when he becomes a companion. As you complete the Separatist Stronghold, you also get the title of Lieutenant. To get the Gapillian Grazer Codex, all you have to do is kill a greater Gapillian Grazer, which is found at 596, -509. To get the Razoronn Codex, all you have to do is come over to Mannett Point, run down the beach a little bit, and shoot a Shallow Bay Razoronn. To get the Savrip Codex, you need to kill the Savrip champion. That is a very difficult thing to do. It has a lot of health. One thing I like to do is make it run around like this.
Taking the shot.
Oh, well, sure. Do a better shot at killing it. And there is your Savrip Codex. Too bad I didn't drop any loot. So, just to start off a bit, the Species Codex entries before I get into it. In your planet, for Codex entries for Ord Mantell, it'll actually say there's 4 of them. Now, 2 of them you can't actually get. I don't know if this is true or not, but people, at least going by TourSpy.com, they list Keldor and Mon Calamari, which those ones only show up in the Smuggler storyline. But both Smuggler and Trooper list 4 codexes. Well, you can't get them on Ord Mantell. There's only 2 you can get, and that's Rodian and Cathar, and you'll find out where they're located as I continue this guide now.
Oh, that's cruel.
After speaking to Yale in the quest Mercy, which is located at 242, -43, you'll get the Cathar Codex. Starting from where you enter Fort Garnik, if you actually follow my trooper here and run up to where the Smuggler trainer is, there's a little sign behind for the Rodian Species Codex, also located at 100, -60. So for the achievement titles, I'll actually list when you're on that planet, so to speak, within the class quest, while you're there anyway, where you get those titles. You've already seen where you get the Sergeant title and the Captain title within this guide, as you get them at the same time as when you get 2 other Codex entries, which I believe is Havoc Squad and Skavik, for those wondering. So there's only 2 titles left. Technically it'll only list 1, which is the title you actually get on Ord Mantell, but the Smuggler has a second one as you leave Ord Mantell, so I'm going to throw that in there right now. So as you leave Ord Mantell for the Republic fleet on the Smuggler, you get the title Outlaw. After doing the heroic quest for Travi Pot outside Oradam Village, destroy the beacons, you get the title Mantellian. You can find out where Travipod is if you watch my Ord Mantell Heroic Quest guide. So just like my Codex entries guide for Corbin, I didn't exactly sit there and wait for the Codex entries to load in quite as well for Ord Mantell for the Datacrons. So by going by that, I'll just list the locations by our coordinates, and if you want the actual locations and how to get to the Datacrons, check out my Datacrons location guide for Ord Mantell. So you get Galactic History 14, the fall of Tion, at 778, 133. You get Galactic History 13, the first Great Schism, at -971, 201. And you get Galactic History 12, the birth of the Republic, at -660, -561. And with that, that's all the codexes on Ord Mantell. You pretty much should be good with everything I threw up there, with the exception of the 2 species codex you cannot get. So with that, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Keep checking back for more video updates. Support the official release, and good luck.